It was 2008. I was a junior in high school, well, going into my junior year because it was July, and I was playing a ton of basketball during that time, so back and forth between like Holland, Michigan, down to DuPont, Indiana, and like, you know, back then they really had like the regionals in Indiana, and you played it in Fort Wayne and did all that fun stuff. So when I was there, just something wasn't right. Maybe in a type 1 diabetic, kind of have a little bit of an inclination due to my blood sugars when things aren't right. And so it was just me and my dad. He was coaching us, playing for Lumen, and I was like, okay, something's not normal here. And we ended up going to the emergency room down there, and pretty much the last thing I remember from the emergency room there is a spinal tap and not knowing what was going on. And then I was life flighted from DuPont, Indiana to here in Jackson, and then from Jackson they thank them to this day. They were like, hey, we can't handle this case. They sent me to U of M. And then from there, I was in a coma for a little over a month. And then after that is when I ended up here because I had meningitis and we needed to do the quick, fast recovery to get me ready for volleyball season and the big season basketball. So it was a long journey to sum up a month and a half, but there was a lot in between. Right, so I remember waking up, of course, you know, it's like, I feel like they teach that to nurses, like you ask your patients, of course, like, where are you, do you remember the day, and just waking up and being like, no clue, who are you? You don't know anything that's going on, and of course my family wasn't in the room because I was intubated, so they couldn't be there, that initial wake up and things like that. So then once it started to kind of come through, the biggest thing, being a girl, being 16 years old, my head, I was bald in part of my head, and I went into kind of like a deep, like, I'm not talking to anybody, almost like depressed, like, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want anything to do with this. I refused to do physical therapy when I was at U of M. I refused to do anything. I didn't want to eat. I just couldn't quite comprehend, one, at such a young age, and where did a month of my life just go? What do you mean I've been out for over a month? So once that kind of started to like set in, and then started a little bit of therapy there because I had to basically learn to walk because my muscles had been laying flat for a month. And once I could walk, then I was able to come home. And then that's when I started here at ORS. So the really cool thing that was nice for me is Kevin and Jerry weren't strangers to me. So I had had some background with Kevin and doing some of his agility camps and with his girls, things of that nature, so that made me feel a little bit more at home. And then of course my dad and Jerry had coached against each other because of his daughter and my dad coaching at Lumen for so long. So therefore it was nice. I knew that when I came in here it was a safe place. I didn't have to worry about the fact that, hey, I was a pretty decent athlete and I could lift and I could really do some moves, and now I'm starting at like ground zero, almost like teaching your toddler how to walk again. Like, hey, can you lift this jug of milk? No, I can't. So it was good to know that I wasn't being judged for the things that I used to be able to do, that now, like, hey, we got to start all over again. And I was amazed at like just their confidence in me. That made me have more confidence. They were like, no, you're going to do it. You're going to do it again, and you're going to do it better. And it was just like, okay, I believe you because I trust you. So it was nice to have the friendly face. I think that's what made the whole atmosphere just that much easier for me as well. A lot of it was balance. Balance had been off quite a bit, so spent a lot of time trying to get my feet back under me. And the really cool thing is of course Jerry and Kevin knew that I was diehard basketball. That was my thing. I mean, I would play till the bitter end. I coach now. It's just something that I can't let go. So they were incorporating basketball into my daily routines here. So whether it be trying to like balance on the ball a little bit, Jerry would be tossing a basketball to me, and he would always make me use an Ohio State basketball just to make it cringe a little. So that was, I mean, it was good humor though, because at that time you don't think anything's funny, but when you look back at it, you're like, that was good, Jerry. So, but that was really nice for me, is just how he incorporated something that, one, I love, so it didn't feel like I was coming here and it was just gonna be like, I gotta go work out, because not everybody loves to work out every day, but I was gonna be able to play basketball, and they were really trying to get those core things that I had lost from basketball back as quick as possible by incorporating it into my workouts here every day. And I was trying to think to myself, what do I want to say? What do I even want to say? How do I put this into words? Because how do you put it into words to somebody that you are just that grateful for? I mean, it's honestly, like, I don't know where I would be. I don't know if I would have been able to come out and play basketball that junior year and play basketball my senior year and be on varsity and be a captain and be a starter. And I know those things seem really little once you get older, but that's where a lot of your memories are made, is when you're doing your team sports and all that fun stuff. And I coached at Lumen, and now I'm coaching at Napoleon, and just the love for the game that they were able to keep. Now I get to impact these, we have 18 girls in the program right now. I get to impact all those girls' lives to this day in a positive manner, and all the girls that I've impacted since my journey. And we've had girls that have injuries or things of that nature, and I'm like, trust me, let me tell you a little bit about my story. You can get through anything. So it just, I don't think even like the people here would even realize like how much, just them impacting me, how much I was able to impact the community by what I did here throughout the few months that I was coming here all the time. So I honestly don't even know how to put it. I know that's like a long way to say I don't know how to put it into words, but it's just an eternal gratitude to everybody here. Because of course I didn't work with just Jerry and just Kevin every single day. It was other people that I would meet with, and everybody has been great. I mean, down to like the receptionist, like, hey Kelcie, you know, you turn into this first name basis thing, and it's like, okay, I'm here, and it's not like I'm here for an appointment. I'm just here to hang out for an hour or an hour and a half today. It doesn't make it feel like work, which is the biggest thing. I would probably say, because of course it is a hurdle trying to make that initial, like, okay, this is going to be a long time thing. I have to commit to this. And things are hard to commit to. I mean, I know they say like, oh, 21 days and then it's a habit. Not with everything, I feel. So getting over that hurdle of, okay, now they want me to go do PT. I don't want to do this. I was out for a month. I want to go hang out with my friends. You know, I missed all of July and some of August. Like, now I have to go back to school. So for me, it was, okay, after that first week, you're like, hey, wait, I wasn't able to even pour my own cereal in the morning. Now I don't have to go and find my mom or my dad and be like, hey, can you help me? I'm really hungry. I got my independence back, which is the biggest thing, of course, as a teenager, and I feel like as an adult. When you start to lose some of your independence, that really hurts, and you might not realize it mentally, physically, or anything of that nature until you get further down. So it might be months later or years later that it's just, oh, why am I so upset all the time? Oh, it's because I lost a part of me. And you don't realize how much the PT gives you, not just your physical strength, but your mental strength back. I would also say that with getting over that initial, like, okay, yeah, I'm 16, I don't want to do this. It's physical therapy. My doctor, you know, just, can't you do something else? We're so advanced in medicine. Why can't you do something else? Why do I have to go to old school, lifting some dumbbells or something of that nature? I know it's so much deeper than that, but when the doctor tells you PT, you're like, oh, really? You want me to just go get instructions on how to lift weights for a little while? No, you're really truly learning how to incorporate it into your daily life, so then you're building all day long. And they teach you how not to do too much to where you hurt yourself. That is one of the biggest things that I still to this day incorporate while I'm coaching. You know, I tell the girls, no, that's not how you do the stretch. You are going to hurt yourself. There's a reason I showed you how to do it this way. It's so you actually get the real stretch and you don't hurt yourself. So I feel like that's a huge part of why we should do PT when the doctor says, hey, have you considered PT? Let's not make the injury worse than what it already is. So there's always that side of it too, I feel. It becomes a routine. It becomes a part of that day-to-day, in and out. You know that you have to go. You've scheduled the appointment. You are kind of locked into it, so you're committed. Without even realizing it, you're committed because you called, you set up your appointment, you leave with your next week's appointments, or you might set it up for a couple of weeks, however it works. And you guys here also know, okay, we're trying to build up, so let's not do it 3 days in a row. Like some people might say, okay, my goal is to go to the gym 3 times in a week. They go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they don't go the rest of the week. Well, here you're really spacing it out because you guys are the experts. You truly know what you're doing, and it's just those little factors that you don't think of when you go to the doctors and the doctor tells you, okay, hey, we're gonna do PT. Because yeah, everybody's like, okay, well, I hurt. Just, can I take a med? Can I take a pill? Like, isn't that supposed to fix everything? Me as a diabetic, I hate taking anything else. I have to take insulin 24/7. I wear an insulin pump. That's enough chemicals to put into my body for the day. I don't want any more. I'm good. And so PT is like, yeah, sign me up. If you say it's gonna work, I believe you, because I firsthand 100% would probably not be able to walk straight or run or shoot a basketball or get down on the floor and play with my 4-year-old right now if it wasn't for what I chose to do way back then.